The Sai Satcharitra is a biography based on the true life stories of Sai Baba of Shirdi, authored by Shri Govind Raghunath Dabolkar alias Hemadpant. The original edition of the Sai Satcharitra was published in Marathi on 26 November 1930. A subsequent English edition was soon published in 1944 by Shri Nagash Devastate, N.V. Gunaji, translated from the original Marathi composition. In the principal part, Hemadpant depicted Sai Baba's supernatural occurrence of checking and wrecking the plague of cholera by granulating wheat and tossing the flour on the edges of the town. Hemadpant heard different supernatural occurrences of Sai Baba to his extraordinary enjoyment, and this pleasure burst forward into this wonderful work. Hemadpant likewise thought that the depiction of these terrific marvels of Sai Baba would be intriguing and educational to his enthusiasts, and would expel their transgressions, and he started to compose the sacrosanct life and lessons of Sai Baba. The life of the holy person is neither consistent nor rationalistic. It shows us the valid and extraordinary way. Hemadpant imagined that he was not a fit individual to embrace the work. He stated, "Hemadpant don't have a clue about the life of Sai Baba cozy companion at that point. How might he compose the life of a holy person or depict the idea of incarnations, which even the Vedas couldn't do? One must be a holy person himself, before he could know different holy people. At that point how might Hemadpant portray their magnificence? To compose the life of a holy person is the most troublesome. However, one should quantify the profundity of the water of the 7 oceans or encase the sky with fabric trappings." Hemadpant knew this was the most bold endeavor, which may open him to disparage. Hemadpant, accordingly, conjured Sai Baba's elegance. The chief writer holy person of Maharashtra, Sri Jnaneshwar Maharaj, has expressed that the Lord cherishes the individuals who compose the lives of holy people, and the holy people additionally have a curious technique for their own of getting the administration, which the enthusiasts long for, effectively cultivated. The holy people motivate the work. The aficionado turns out to be just a roundabout reason or instrument to accomplish the end. For example, in 1700 Shaka year, the artist Mahipte sought to compose the lives of holy people. Holy people enlivened him, and completed the work. So additionally in 1800 Shaka year, Das Ganu's administration was acknowledged. The previous composed 4 works Bhatta Vijaya, Santa Vijaya, Bhatta Leelamrit and Santa Kathamrit, while the last composed 2, Bhatta Leelamrit and Santa Kathamrit, in which the lives of present-day saints were portrayed. In parts 31, 32, 33 of Bhatta Leelamrit and in section 57 of Santa Kathamrit, the sweet life and lessons of Sai Baba are all around delineated. These have been independently distributed in Sai Leela magazine, numbers 11 and 12, Vol 17. The perusers are encouraged to peruse these parts. So additionally Sai Baba's great Leelas are portrayed in a little good book named Shri Sainath Bhajna Mala by Mrs. Savitribai Raghunath Tendulkar of Bandra. Dasganu Maharaj additionally has created different sweet sonnets on Sai Baba. An enthusiast named Amidas Bhavani Mehta has likewise distributed a few accounts of Sri Baba in Gujarati. A few numbers of Sainath Prabha, a magazine distributed by the Kshima Bhiksha Sanstha of Shirdi, are likewise distributed. At that point the subject of protest comes in, that while such a significant number of works with respect to Sai Baba are surviving, For what reason should this, Satcharitra, be composed? What's more, where is its need? The appropriate response is straightforward. The life of Sai Baba is as wide and profound as the unending sea, and all can plunge profound into the equivalent and take out valuable pearls of information and bhakti, and appropriate them the hoping for open. The accounts, illustrations, and lessons of Sai Baba are awesome. They will give harmony and bliss to the individuals who are beset with distresses and vigorously stacked with agonies of this common presence, and furthermore give information and astuteness, both in the common and in profound areas. On the off chance that these lessons of Sai Baba, which are as fascinating and educational as the Vedic legend, are tuned into and ruminated upon, the devotees will get what they long for, viz., association with Brahman, authority in 8 overlap yoga, bliss of reflection, and so forth. So Hemadpant figured that he should assemble these accounts that would be his best upasana. This assortment would be generally superb to those straightforward spirits whose eyes were not honored with Sai Baba's darshana. In this way, Hemadpant set about gathering Sai Baba's lessons and articulations, the result of his unlimited and normal self-acknowledgement. It was Sai Baba who motivated him in this issue. Indeed, Hemadpant gave up himself image at his feet, and believed that his way was clear, and that Sai Baba would make him very upbeat here. Hemadpant couldn't ask Sai Baba to give him authorization for this work, so he requested Mr. Madhvarao Deshpande Moniker Sharma, Baba's most cozy enthusiast, to address him for motivation to Sai Baba. Mr. Madhvarao Deshpande Moniker Sharma have accepted and placed Hemadpant coist to Sai Baba and said, "This Anna Sahib wishes to compose your biography. Don't say that you are a poor begging fakir, and there is no need to compose it. However, in the event that you conquer and help him, he will compose, or rather, your feat, elegance, will achieve the work. Without your assent and gift, there is no hope effectively." When Sai Baba heard this solicitation, he was moved and favored Hemadpant by giving him his odi, consecrated remains, and putting his aid-giving hand on Hemadpant's head said, "Let him make an assortment of stories and encounters, keep notes and reminders, I will support him. He is just an outward instrument. I ought to think of myself, my collection of memoirs, and fulfill the desires of my devotees. He ought to dispose of his conscience, spot it at my feet. He who acts like this throughout everyday life, I help the most. What of my biographies? I serve him in his home in every potential ways. At the point when his self-image is totally destroyed and there is left no hint of it, I myself will go into him and will myself compose my own life. Hearing my accounts and lessons will make confidence in aficionados' souls, and they will effectively get self-acknowledgement and bliss. Let there be no emphasis on setting up one's own view, no endeavor to invalidate others' assessments, no conversations of advantages and disadvantages of any subject." By this discussion, Hemadpant recollected how his name changed Govind Raghunath Dagolkar to Hemadpant, and put his mind on promise to explain the story of his own. Govind Raghunath Dagolkar was on dear agreeable terms with Kaka Sahib Dikshit and Nana Sahib Chandorkar. They squeezed Govind Raghunath Dagolkar to go to Shirdi and have Baba's darshana, and Govind Raghunath Dagolkar was also ready to go to Shirdi for Baba's darshana. However, something in the stretch turned up, which kept him from going to Shirdi. Meanwhile, child of a companion of Govind Raghunath Dagolkar at Lonavala became sick. His companion attempted every single imaginable mean, physical and otherworldly, however the fever would not subside. Finally he got his guru to sit by the bedside of his child, yet this also was of little consequence. By this, he thought, what was the utility of the guru, on the off chance that he was unable to spare his companion's child? In the event that the guru can't do anything for them, what is use of going to Shirdi by any means? Thinking along these lines, he deferred his Shirdi trip, yet the unavoidable must occur. And the unavoidable situation occurred for Govind Raghunath Dabolkar as follows. Mr. Nanasaheb Chandorkar, who was a prant officer, was going on visit to Basse. From Thana he came to Dadar and was hanging tight for a train destined for Basse. In the interim, a Bandra local turned up. He sat in it and came to Bandra, and sent for Govind Raghunath Dabolkar and berated Govind Raghunath Dabolkar for putting off Shirdi trip. Nana's contention for Govind Raghunath Dabolkar Shirdi trip was persuading and brilliant. Thus Govind Raghunath Dabolkar chose to begin for Shirdi that night. Govind Raghunath Dabolkar got his baggage and began for Shirdi. He wanted to go to Dadar and there to get the train for Manmad. Thus he booked ticket for Dadar and sat in the train. While the train was to begin, a Mahomedan came hurriedly to Govind Raghunath Dabolkar compartment and seeing all his stuff, asked, where you were bound to. Govind Raghunath Dabolkar revealed to him his arrangement. At that point Govind Raghunath Dabolkar was recommended that he should go straight to Boribanda, and not get down at Dadar, and more or less Manmad Mail didn't get down at Dadar by any means. In the event that this little supernatural occurrence or Leela had not occurred, Govind Raghunath Dabolkar would not have reached Shirdi following day as settled, and numerous questions would have pounced upon him. In any case, that was not to be. As fortune supported, Govind Raghunath Dabolkar came to Shirdi the following day before 9 or 10 am. Mr. Boy Saheb Dikshit was sitting tight for Govind Raghunath Dabolkar there. This was in 1910 AD, when there was just one spot, viz. Sates for housing traveller enthusiasts. Subsequent to landing from the Tonga, Govind Raghunath Dabolkar was on edge to have darshana, when the incredible enthusiast, Tatya Saheb Nulkar came back from the masjid and said that Sai Baba was at the edge of the Sates, and that Govind Raghunath Dabolkar should initially get the primer darshana and afterward, after shower, see him at recreation. Hearing this he ran and prostrated before Baba, and afterward my euphoria knew no limits. Govind Raghunath Dabolkar discovered more than what Nana Chandorkar had let him know. Every one of Govind Raghunath Dabolkar faculties were fulfilled, and he overlooked thirst and appetite. The second Govind Raghunath Dabolkar contacted Sai Baba's feet, he started another rent of life. He felt himself thankful to the individuals who prodded and helped him to get the darshana, and he thought about them as his genuine family members, and he can't reimburse their obligation. Govind Raghunath Dabolkar just recalled them and prostrate, intellectually, before them. The quirk of Sai Baba's darshana, as he discovered it, is that by his darshana our considerations are changed, the power of past activities is lessened, and step-by-step non-connection of dispassion towards common items grows up. It is by the value of activities in numerous past births that such darshana is got, and if just you see Sai Baba, actually all the world becomes or expect the type of Sai Baba. On the primary day in Shirdi, there was a conversation among Govind Raghunath Dabolkar and Bal Saheb Bate with respect to the need of a guru. Govind Raghunath Dabolkar battled, for what reason would it be advisable for us to lose our opportunity and submit to other people? When we need to perform our responsibility, why a guru is fundamental. One must attempt his best and spare himself. What can the Guru never really man who sits idle yet dozes inactively? Thus Govind Raghunath the Golkar argued free will, while Bhate took up the opposite side, viz. Destiny, and stated, whatever will undoubtedly happen must occur. Even incredible men have fizzled. Man proposes one way, yet God arranges, despite what might be expected, way. Brush aside your shrewdness, pride or vanity won't help you. This conversation, with every one of its upsides and downsides, continued for an hour or thereabouts, and as common no choice was shown up at. They needed to stop the conversation at last, as they were depleted. The net after effect of this was Govind Raghunath the Golkar lost his genuine feelings of serenity and found that except if there is solid body cognizance and pride, there would be no conversation. At the end of the day, it is selfishness which breeds conversation. At that point, when they went to the masjid with others, Baba asked Kaka Saheb Dikshit the accompanying, what was happening in the sates? What was the conversation about? And gazing at me, Baba further included, what did this Hemadpant state? Hearing these words, Govind Raghunath the Golkar was abundantly astounded. The masjid was at an impressive good ways from Sates, where Baba was staying and where the conversation was going on. How could Baba realize our conversation except if he be omniscient and inner ruler of everyone? Govind Raghunath the Golkar started to think why Sai Baba should call me by the name Hemadpant. This word is a degenerate type of Hemadpant. This Hemadpant was a well-known minister of the rulers Mahadev and Ramadev of Devgiri of the Yadav tradition. He was found out, well-meaning and the creator of acts of kindness, for example, Chaturvaga Chintamani, managing otherworldly subjects, and Raj Prashasti. He designed and began new strategies for accounts and was the originator of the Modi, Marathi shorthand, content. Be that as it may, Govind Raghunath the Golkar was a remarkable inverse, adult, and of dull, average acumen. So Govind Raghunath the Golkar was unable to comprehend why the name or title was given upon him, yet thinking intensely upon it, he imagined that the title was a dart to crush his sense of self, so that he ought to consistently stay tame and humble. It was likewise a commendation paid to him for the cunning in the conversation. Looking to the future history, we imagine that Baba's assertion, calling Mr. Govind Raghunath the Golkar by the name Hemadpant, was noteworthy and prophetic, as they find that he cared for the administration of Sai Sansthan shrewdly, kept pleasantly all the records, and was likewise the creator of such a decent work, Sai Satcharitra, which manages such significant and profound subjects as jnana, bhakti and dispassion, self-give-up and self-acknowledgement. Hemadpant has left no note, no reminder about what Baba said with respect to this subject. However, Kaka Saheb Dikshit has distributed his notes in regards to this issue. Following day after Hemadpant's gathering with Sai Baba, Kaka Saheb went to Baba and asked whether he should leave Shirdi. Baba said, yes. At that point somebody asked, Baba, where to go? Baba stated, high up. Then the man stated, how is the way? Baba stated, there are numerous ways driving there. There is one path additionally from here. The way is troublesome. There are tigers and posers in transit. Kaka Saheb inquired, however Baba, imagine a scenario where we take a guide with us. Baba replied, at that point there is no trouble. The guide will take you directly to your goal, maintaining a strategic distance from wolves, tigers and trench and so forth in transit. On the off chance that there be no guide, there is the risk of your being lost in the wildernesses or falling into trench. Hemadpant was available on this event and he imagined this was the appropriate response Baba provided for the inquiry whether Guru was a need, and he immediately really tried to understand that no conversation of the issue, regardless of whether man is free or bound, is of any utilization in profound matters, yet that on the opposite genuine paramartha is conceivable just as the consequence of the lessons of the Guru, as is shown in this part of the first work in the cases of incredible avatars, like Rama and Krishna, who needed to submit themselves to their Gurus, Vasishtha and Sandipani separately, for getting self-acknowledgement, and that the main temperances fundamental for such advancement are confidence and persistence,